Good evening, precious friends. Welcome back to another meditation with the Carnivore Hippie. Tonight, we are going to think about temptation and cravings. And I'm going to show you an exercise that I would like you to do when you are troubled by the desire to eat something that you know is not going to be healthy for you. But sometimes we have very strong desires and very strong cravings, especially for things that we've enjoyed a great deal in the past and things that are very fulfilling to us in the moment, something we really love to eat. Like, for instance, for me, it has been things like sourdough bread with butter, potato chips, certain kinds of cookies, and I still have those cravings. Most of the time, they don't get to me. But a craving can pop up even after you've gone weeks without any cravings. A craving can pop up and just hit you broadsides unexpectedly, and it can be very disconcerting and very unsettling if you're not prepared for the possibility. So I'd like to share with you an exercise you can do when you're being troubled by a craving or by a very strong desire for some inappropriate type of food. And you can do a form of this exercise without being in a meditative state. But if you can do this sometimes in a meditative state, I have found that it's very powerful. All right, now keep in mind meditation practice and this craving exercise that we're going to do require practice. So if you've just done it once and figure, okay, I've got it down, that's probably not going to do you the optimal good. These desires and these cravings we have are pathways that are laid down in our brain through habit and through repetition. And if you don't practice the new pathway will never get as deep and as profound and as laid down as the old pathway. And what we're doing is every time we avoid the old pathway, it gets a little less deep and a little less strong. And every time we practice the new pathway, it gets a little more strong. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to lay down new pathways that will eventually be deeper and stronger than the old pathways. All right, so this is one of the ways that you can help do that. And so what I would like you to do is, if you've been having trouble with a particular kind of craving, you can think about that food. If you haven't been having trouble with a particular kind of craving for the past, at the moment, you can think about something that often gives you cravings. And if you can't really muster up a craving, you can still follow along and figure out how to do this so that when a craving does strike you, you'll know what to do. So we're going to get ourselves comfy like we usually do. Cleansing breath. I won't close my eyes, but you could close your eyes. One more time. Remember, we're abdominally breathing. We're inhaling to our bellies. No need to fill up your upper portion yet because we won't be getting there quite yet. Just breathe comfortably in your belly, out. And as the breath goes in, we're inhaling calm. And as the breath goes out, we're exhaling stress and confusion. In with calm, out with stress. And we'll do 3 more breaths. All right. Now just continue breathing comfortably in your abdomen. And I would like you to think of the food that you crave. See it in your mind. If you don't have a craving, see if you can generate one. Think about how the food tastes, how it looks, how it smells, what it feels like when you bite into it, as you hold it in your mouth and chew it. And then as you swallow, how it feels going down into your stomach. And then if you can recall the after flavor that's a lingering in your mouth as you swallow. All right, and as you're thinking about that, all right, I want you to do a breath holding exercise. All right, so we're going to do the standard one, inhale to 4, and then counts of 8 for the remainder of the cycle. Are you ready? Picture the food in your mind, and in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and refrain from inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and again, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, refrain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, one more, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and refrain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue breathing comfortably from your abdomen. Don't worry about paying attention to it, just breathe comfortably. Picture the food in your mind and see how real you can make that food in your head. All right, now I want you to think about having the food before you and choosing not to eat it, or being told you cannot eat it. Think about that. You've wanted it, perhaps. You thought perhaps you were going to be able to eat it, and you understand all of a sudden that you're not going to be able to eat it. I want you to imagine, what are the feelings that come up when you are confronted with the food and you understand you are not going to be able to eat it. This should generate some sort of emotion in you. And I just want you to recognize that. Are we disappointed that we anticipated some pleasure and now we're to be denied it? Are we angry? Perhaps that other people have an opportunity to enjoy this food and we cannot. Perhaps we're fearful of the food because we're afraid that if we do eat it, it will trigger a binge. And yet we want to anyway. Just identify whatever emotions arise. And I don't want you to resist any of the feelings, and I want you to resist the idea that any of these feelings are bad or inappropriate. It is all right for you to desire the food. It's all right for you to feel bad or angry or sad because you're not going to eat the food. That's fine. That is an absolutely normal thing for your brain to do. Your brain is basically acting on its own at this point. It doesn't need to be directed by you. And what we're going to do with this exercise is we're going to decrease the strength of that pathway. So your brain is telling you, for whatever reason, that you need this food, that it is a survival benefit. And sometimes the cravings can get so strong that when you deny yourself the food, we get irritable and angry and upset because it feels like we're taking away something that's necessary to us. So whatever it is you're feeling, that's fine. You can feel that. Even if you're getting somewhat emotional, that's fine. It's just a feeling. It's just an emotion. Just let it be there. It's okay to feel it. It can't hurt you. It can't harm you. And it will go away. Sometimes amazingly quickly, sometimes not. How do we feel? Are we having physical sensations? Are we having stomach rumbling? Are we having mouth watering? Are we having jaw clenching? Just recognize these things. These are the side effects of your brain telling you that you need this food, but we know that that's not the case. Continue breathing. And we're just going to sit with all these feelings for just a moment, not resist them. We are actually going to embrace them. We're going to recognize that they are a sign that our ancestral brains are working normally in the way they have been adapted to behave. And these desires for these foods is not a sign of our weakness, of our lack of strength or self-determination. They are centuries-old processes that our ancestral brains once made use of. But in this modern age where we live in a food-rich environment and a toxin-rich environment, these old proclivities no longer serve us. So it behooves us to become aware and learn to turn our brains in a direction that will help us, right? Now, we've sat with the feelings. We've recognized the feelings. We're going to take a deep breath in, 2, 3, 4, and a controlled exhale through pursed lips. 2, 3, 4. Once again in through the nostrils. 1, 2, 3, 4. Controlled exhale through pursed lips. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more. Inhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Controlled exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, just relax. Breathe abdominally. And I want you to practice feeling a sense of accomplishment or pride in that you have completed this exercise. There's nothing wrong with being proud of small accomplishments, because this small accomplishment is a step in a long journey. Every journey begins with the single first step. This is one of the first steps on a journey with learning to reprogram your thoughts and not be controlled by cravings, right? We're proud of ourselves for having completed this exercise. We know that this exercise will benefit us in the future. It's all right to feel good about that. It's preferable to feel good about that. I encourage you to feel good about that. The craving may still be there. That's okay. I just want you to recognize the craving is there. The feelings are there. We're not resisting them. We're accepting them in the knowledge that our body and minds are working the way they are adapted to work, and that we can turn those adaptations to something a little bit more useful to us in this modern era. It's all right to feel powerful. It's all right to feel happy. It's all right to feel sad. Because we are letting go of some pleasure, aren't we? But there's new pleasures coming around the corner, right? So now we're going to get ready to end. And I would like you to do the breath holding exercise once again. 3 cycles. Are you ready? In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Refrain from inhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Refrain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Refrain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And inhale. 2, 3, 4. And a controlled exhale. 2, 3, 4. Once again, inhale. 2, 3, 4. Controlled exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Controlled exhale. 2, 3, 4. Now just breathe comfortably from your belly. And we're going to think about coming out. The craving may still be there. That's fine. This takes practice. Sit just one more moment with whatever feelings you're having. But I would like you to congratulate yourself for completing this exercise. I would like to thank you for joining me in this exercise and tell you you're doing an excellent job. And breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. And just continue breathing for just another moment, comfortably at your own pace. And we're going to count down from 10. Then we're going to open our eyes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And open our eyes. And that is the exercise. Doesn't take too long. It takes about 20 minutes. You can do this anytime. You don't have to do it as a meditation. You can do it during the daytime when you're awake. The important thing is, and you don't have to do the breath holding. The breath holding makes it more powerful as a meditation. If you can do it as a meditation, I personally believe it's going to advance you faster and you're going to lay down those permanent new pathways more quickly. However, if you just want to do it during the day, whenever you recognize a craving, just stop at least for a moment and recognize how it makes you feel. Recognize the emotions that it brings up. Recognize any physical sensation that it brings up. And then remind yourself, they are just feelings. We do not have to respond to them. They will go away eventually. Sometimes it's uncomfortable for a little while. All right. And some of you may have noticed that there was something going on during the meditation. And I just want to introduce you to one of my housemates. Oh, now she won't go. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, I don't think you can see her. She doesn't like to be lifted. It's my kitty cat, Missy, and she was in here, and she doesn't like to be picked up, so she doesn't want to appear on the camera. But she was in here. Oh, there's her tail. She was shoving my tripod and my stand, and I had to sit there. She goes again. So maybe if I move the camera, you can see her. Just a moment. Let me turn the camera around. There she is. Missy, you're not cooperating. Well, I'm sorry about that. I'll try to get her on in another time when there's more light. Nope. Oh well. Sorry about that. I'll get her on another time when you can see her better. But please practice this casually in the daytime or as a meditation. It will profit you. And if you're trying to overcome a sense of cravings, this will work. Eventually, if you keep practicing, you will find that you have more and more control over your response to the cravings. Okay? I love you all. Thank you for joining Aunt Patty for another meditation. And thank you for putting up with my naughty little kitty Missy. And I promise you, next time when there's more light, I will show you Missy and you'll get to meet her. Thanks a lot, everybody. I love you. Bye-bye.